Good day too, again. Repeat and twin. Okay, I'm just gonna give you songs. It's a ring for la vumo. Yes. My brother, when you are ready, I'm ready. As I lay me down, heaven hear me now. I'm lost without a cause, after giving it my all. Winter storms have come and darkened my sight. After all that I've been through, who on earth can I turn to? I look to you, I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you, Lord, I look to you. And when melodies are gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you. Come to lose my breath, there's no more fighting left, sinking to rise no more, searching for that open door. Every load that I've taken led to my regret. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Nothing to do but lift my head. I look to you, I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you, Lord, I look to you. And when melodies are gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you, they are coming down on me. The rain is falling, defeat is coming. I need you to say, take me far away from the battles. I need you to shine on me. I look to you, I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you, I look to you. And when melodies are gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you. I look to you. Ooh, I look to you. Thank you guys very much. No, nekili moyeng. That's why nekikwetsi mahlo. Nekili moyeng. Wemali wezuka nodiki undenza ntoni na sibulala nangenxa yakho wemali wezuka nodiki undenza ntoni na sibulala nangenxa yakho mali mbandi yesono sesibulala nangenxa yakho mali mbangi yesono sesibulala nangenxa yakho wemali wezuka nodiki undenza ntoni na sibulala nangenxa yakho wemali wezuka nodiki undenza ntoni na sibulala nangenxa yakho mali mbangi yesono sesibulala nangenxa yakho mali mbangi yesono sesibulala nangenxa yakho mali sesibulala nangenxa yakho mali sesibulala nangenxa yakho wemali wezuka nodiki undenza ntoni na sibulala nangenxa yakho. Kietsa eyi-1 yawuqedela. Just one more. Voices in my dreams telling me where I should go, saying over here, it is where I wanna be. Sweet melodies in me saying this is who I am. Dingaba intoni na ngaphandle kwakho mina. There ain't no way to show you. Ain't no way to show you. Ain't no way to show you. Nanzo chikizindo kalom kulomino. When you smile, when you dance, when you look into my eyes, nanzo chikizindo kalom kulomino. Naba bendibuza batufuna ntoni na bathi ndenzani ndizihlekisa ngabantu awunaba bendibuza bathi uzokwenzani na ndilapha ndenza indima yam njengabano nesiphiwo. So I'm saying this is me. Please just let it be. I'm giving you my love. Need your attention. I'm saying this is me. Please just let it be. I'm giving you my love. Need your affection. I'm saying this is me. So please, I'm giving you my love. No affection. I'm saying this is me. Please just let it be. I'm giving you my love. Ain't no way to show you. None so cheek. when you dance, when you look into my eyes, so cheeky sinto, kalom kulomino, oh, oh, oh. Hey, when you look into my eyes, you're gonna love me. I know you're gonna love me. I know you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. Isinto, kalom kulomino, oh, oh. Hey, into my eyes, you're gonna love me. I know you're gonna love me. I know you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys very much.
How do I get on stage after that? A huge round of applause, please, for Lucia. What an incredible performance by her. We're just waiting on to just check if we can finally proceed. But while I'm on stage, do you guys know that there's a competition currently running here? And what is the competition about? Somebody tell me. Ah, you're whispering, I can't hear. Okay, it says tell a story. Okay, but there's another one on social media that's running. Do you guys know about that? You don't know about the hashtags one? Okay, let me plug you with Chomi. So, every day of this week, during this conference, we're going to be giving away 500 Rand in cash. Every single day. But what you need to do to stand a chance to win is to post about today. Right? Have any of you started posting? Because we've had 2 performances already. Have you posted about the performances? Have you? Okay, so you stand a very good chance. So what you need to do is you need to be attentive with what's happening today. You need to post as much as possible, whether it is a boomerang, whether it's a TikTok, whether it's an Instagram post, a video, you and your friends hanging out, you guys need to post about today, okay? And the hashtags that you need to use are Inspire, Connected, Transform. Do you see them on the screen here? Inspired, connected, transformed. Those are the hashtags that you must be using for the rest of today and actually for the whole week. So if you are the one that's posting almost every day, you could be walking away with a lot of money, more than 500 Rand, okay? So 500 Rand every single day is what we're giving away. We're going to announce yesterday's winner today. So if you are not the winner from yesterday, you stand a chance of being the winner for today. So post and they'll announce you tomorrow. Okay, and I've also been asking you to invite your friends. Have you invited your friends to come and join us this morning? You have, right? Because there's lots and lots to learn today, all right? So please make sure that you do that. But while I'm on stage as well, I'd like to thank our sponsors for today, CCBSA and WNR CETA. Again, just still waiting for confirmation for us to start. But I think for now, DJ, just warm us up while we make sure that our speakers are here and ready to go for the day.
Sanmanan, ni right, ni bugile. I'm happy to see you guys again. Ababan beba konizol. Otingboni. Okay, quite a big bulk of the room. Welcome back. And what did I talk about yesterday? Showing up, right? So you're doing it again. You're showing up. Well done, well done, well done, well done. So guys, thank you so much for coming back again. We've got a jam-packed day, jam-packed program. We're talking sports, arts, culture. We're talking communications, advertising, marketing. Who is interested in all of these streams? Sports, arts, culture. Do we have any advertisers, marketers in the room? I'm a marketer. I'm interested. I'm a communication specialist. I'm interested. Ne? So those are some of the conversations that will come out of today. So I want you guys to be expecting a lot of information that will be shared with you. I want you to be expecting a lot of opportunities that will come through from some of the panelists that will be talking. We've got a mayoral panel discussion that will be happening just now. Are you ready for that? Do you have your questions? Angit, you've got to ask what you're looking for from your different municipalities. EmpowaWorks can't do that for you. We bring you the platform that allows you to speak about what you want to know about. Okay, so are you ready for a jam-packed day, ne? We're going to have fun, right? We've got an amazing MC in the room, Mrs. Noni. She's going to mesmerize you guys with program directing. I absolutely love her. Lucia's just come on and performed. I don't know where she's gone. But please have a great day and make sure that you're here and you're present and you're going to unlock a better future for yourself. But for now, we've got more success stories that I couldn't play yesterday when I spoke. So I'll just ask technical team to play you two of our beneficiaries from the Empower Youth platform. After that, I think Unoni will come back up and introduce the next speakers. All right, thank you.
Nna lebitso la ka ke nna Kgontse Selaotswe, born in Orange Farm. I attended my high school ko MH Josap. I was using a train to go to school, and ke hodile le motho German Spanzola. Then when I went to grade 11, there's a competition I entered, a step up to start up, and I was motivated to be an entrepreneur whereby I had to create something that's going to help the community or the environment. My grandfather would take me to the garden, even during school holidays, to work at the garden. And he would wake us up with my siblings at 5 o'clock, they want to abuse. But then, as I take then I more like agriculture, the farming. My grandmother would produce jam for us. So after matric, that's when I started to ask her to teach me how to do the jam, because one of the good days when I arrived, like in the jam, then Cambodia, like I said, it's a shop then I reached a shop on your high. Then she told me why then she taught me how to make the jam, the recipes. And so I improved on it when I took the training, like following the right method, because they were using like the old method, but I'm still keeping the recipe the way it belongs. I came to attend the EmpowaYouth. So when I came to attend, I met those people again, and I was happy to be there. Then I updated Bona as Ozaza from EmpowaYouth Hub, of which the previous year I met her. They do me again. So I started to share my story with them, telling them how far I am. Then they were impressed. So they once invited me to their session in Soweto, June 16. So it was a good session, of which it was based on manufacturing. So I had to happy more to share my story with the people from Soweto, and they even gave me an opportunity to go with them to SABC, of which it was a live interview to talk about the event and talk about like my products. So it was a nice opportunity for me, like to talk about all day jam in that big audience of people, and get to meet like big people who some of them assisted me going further, because sometimes assistance doesn't come in a way of giving. Assistance can come in a way of connecting you with another person. The challenges that I had, it was the product testing, because like most of the people used to tell me, oh, you can't get into like big retailers because the product has not been tested and stuff. Then I went to NYDA. So like I started to trend on social media, getting a lot of followers and a lot of radio interviews, TV interviews. Then that's when I went to NYDA to attend a business management course. Then during that time, as I was attending, I went to Innovation Hub to do the pitching for my own business. Then I got to enter the program at Innovation Hub. So ko NYTA bantusa ka the business plan. So ko Innovation Hub when I arrived ban assisted ka ntho tse ngata, of which the marketing materials, the trainings, the financial management trainings, the food safety trainings, the quality management trainings. So then as they assisted me for Innovation Hub, those trainings, that's when I started to warn, okay, these are the things that I need to do. Product testing, have food safety in my facility. I have to renovate my facility to meet those standards. So I went on. Then Innovation Hub this year early, they introduced me to Wakanda Food Accelerator. Wakanda, then they started to assist me like how far am I like in my business. So they helped me product over tested to CEDA. So the CEDA paid for the payment to go SAPS. Then the things were the samples were taken go SAPS for testing. Then they paid for the membership Proudly SA. Then they also assisted me with the barcodes, the GS1 barcodes. So the show ya Sunlighter assisted me a lot because ka show ya Sunlighter ba ile bang rekela ditamati, dipieri, an irrigation system, a laptop, and they also bought me they also got a sponsor for me from Bonpack for the bottles. So I'm getting bottles from Bonpack. They gave me a batch of 1,000 bottles. So whenever like I run out of production, I'll be going back to them and they'll be giving me bottles again. So what's nice again now, because I won't be even buying like the stickers anymore, because the bottles will come like steadily branded already. Now when I started my story, like I was starting getting money from but then it was not enough money. So like now I have a business, but then I still love the culture. So why don't they like barekise jam, then they gain commission from the bottle of jam that they sell. So right now this facility just needs a COA. So the thing that's keeping us all to the COA is running water inside. So the next steps that we want to take now to like more fundings, try to source out more fundings while we're still pushing and selling the product, because we can't always like depend on fundings. We also have to push to sell. The next level, once we have those things, we will start like going to retailers, because we are not that far to go to the retailers, because right now we're supplying 2 stores in the Western Cape that order from us and they sell. Then here in Gauteng we do not have any store that we provide, but we've got somebody who sells for us, again 2 people in Boxback and in Soweto. They don't have stores, they just stock, then they resell. The top 3 tips, the first one is discipline. So I'm going to stretch it out in which way. Don't never underestimate anyone, because like you don't know who you will be talking with, and you always have to respect people. Where it's either umdala or umncane, respect is important. Then the next thing, guys, whenever there's a session, go. Don't say or if maybe somebody is disappointing you, or don't say it's far, because now Innovation Hub, I met Innovation Hub some event that was not even formal, but then Innovation Hub today assisted me like how. Don't be scared. The third one, don't be scared to start.
name is Stella Chabalala, then who's 31 years old, who's from a small town called Orange Farm. My journey started in 2022 where I attended a program of EmpowaYouth that I got information from my friend that there are opportunities there, so I can also join and then tackle some motivational speakers, get inspired, motivated, and then transformed. And after then, we attended to different career exhibitions. You can name them transportation, finance, entrepreneurial. I first started doing the cybersecurity course for 3 months with ATS. Then after completed, I came back. Then they placed us under Talent Hub. After Talent Hub, that's where I got an opportunity to be placed at Corner Life. Msebetsi wona ko thosi through Talent Hub, which they placed me or Corner Life. So the receptionist thing currently as we're speaking. I've been there for 3 months. Okay, for now to busy RE, which is I receive my funding from this program that they pay every month for this course that I'm involved in. Okay, I would like to give my warm and gratitude thanks to all the EmpowaYouth team, Africa Tikkun, and also their crew who help us through interviews. So I would really like to thank them all.
Shoplas, yeneng ales atrás, sodali rasmoda, lala sosplat, sameng ales atrás, sodali rasmoda, sameng na pon soskat, ay, lala moska, sameng ales atrás. Yo dali rosmoda, samana vom sopla, fa shoplas, yeneng ales atrás, dali rosmoda, lala moska, sameng ales atrás, yo dali rosmoda, samana vom sopla, fa shoplas.
Hello. How Val, what Hanan? Why are you guys so quiet today? Ainga. Guys, you don't look inspired, connected, and transformed, man. Guys. But let's get to it. So I see we have some hard workers in the room. Some hard workers. Are you guys ready to find out who won the 500 rand? You are ready. All right. I think let's do a little bit of a drum roll, nyana, you know. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Masedi Mudise. Masedi. Oh, shame. She's not here today. It's fine. We have a bunch of winners. We move. Yeah, tough. It's tough. It's called the EmpowaYouth Week. Not EmpowaYouth Day. Danko. Okay, let's do another drum roll. Same energy. 3, 2, 1. Bukamuso Bondo. Bukamuso, are you sure you're not here? Hey, tough times. Yes. Okay, we move. Isn't it? We move. All right. I really hope this one is here. Another drum roll, please. 3, 2, 1. Happy Nonhlanhla. Ah. Guys, these people are active on social media. Don't worry, I have another one. If they're not here, guys, we're gonna have to choose 2 winners for today, okay? It means the floor's open. We're gonna have 1,000 rand. You can buy anything you want. All right. Please be here. Another drum roll, please. Neom Charlie. Neom Charlie. Thank you, Siyabonga, DJ. DJ, come on to stage. Are you ready? Oh, thank you so much for every tweet, every comment, every live status. Thank you, Siyabonga. Can we give him a round of applause? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Cash. Thank you, Cash. Do you see how easy it is to win 500 Rand in cold hard cash? It's easy, ne? So please make sure you do the right thing. Post as much as possible, guys, today. Whether it is the entertainment, whether it's the panel discussions, whether it's you sitting next to your friends, just post and use the necessary hashtags. Do you remember what the hashtags are? Can anybody remind me? What are they? Oh, okay. There's another one. What's the other hashtag? Vugaval. And what's the other one? So we've got Vugaval. That's number 1. Then we've got Inspire, Connected and Transformed. And then there's one last one, which is Val Empower Youth Week, which is the reason why we're here today, all right? We're going to cue in a video, and then after that, we get straight into that panel discussion that we guys were severing about. Remember those questions I said you must set up? We're going to get into that. But for now, can you please cue in the video, please?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hashtag. Hashtag. Hashtag.
$241,000 to a staggering 4.9 million people out of work.
Empower Youth, that is already sounding like such a positive thing. The Orange Farm Empower Youth Transformation Program.
It's a youth movement by the name of Empower Youth.
The Empower Youth Week. Empower Youth, Empower Youth. Empower Youth is really a property of EmpowaWorks. Empower Youth is a product of EmpowaWorks.
You are the future. You are the future.
Every year, more than 12,000 young people are impacted by the programs.
Before the end of this year, 2023, we will have visited the Eastern Cape, the Northern Cape, the Free State, and we will be left with one province to visit, being the Western Cape.
And whatever that my heart desired was available, but I had to change to get to that place.
But if there's one thing I'll tell you is this: remain consistent in showing up.
So be yourself 100%, tap into yourself. And whatever ideas that you have, don't give up, guys.
There's a Transport Education and Training Authority, TETA,
that offers scholarships and bursaries.
The young people that know Orange Fund, we are not going to leave you behind. We are putting down money that's going to help you with digital skills. The committee 1.4 million.
Every year at WNR CETA, we offer 10,000 opportunities to young people.
Find a way of bridging the gap between education as well as employment and employment opportunities.
So it's either you maximize today or walala wasala.
And what our aim is to help you to realize your dreams. We are the future leaders. You are the Mpos of tomorrow.
The aim of the Empower Youth Week, which is such a progressive initiative that is aimed at advancing the interests of young people.
And so to be able to partner in this, initiative is exactly in line with what our vision is.
Any player that is 15, 19, Maupumala, leave your address, your name with the organizers. We will give you a call to give you a try.
But it's important when you get an opportunity, you know that I worked for it, I deserve it, I'm qualified to be here.
We need to create, we need to support these platforms everywhere where there are young people.
Mapule will give you mentorship and will assist you to get funding.
There is appetite for our stories, and we need to start telling our stories as authentic as they are.
Be clear about what it is we want for our lives.
Every single day, it is your duty to take care of you.
So you are going to have an opportunity yokuthi nizopitcha ama business ideas
where we are going to avail a number of bursary opportunities for you to come and apply.
Empower yourself with knowledge so that you know what skills you need to be able then to go and close that particular gap.
You need you to dream. You need you to get employed. You need you to start a business.
And we are excited to be having individuals and partners like EmpowaWork who have decided that it will come from their heart.
But what helped me to go ahead was to always be willing to learn new things.
Elevator pitch you will use for everything, your whole life, in any situation.
Outing for sure, no? Outing ukandakand. You just need your mind and you need an idea.
So my message to you is hard work, perseverance, resilience, and put God first.
You can have a basic skill, which is great, but you need to make sure that you are constantly upgrading yourself.
We do need industry to support this platform. In order for us to be able to expose and provide youth with these opportunities, we need the buy-in and support of industry, both in public and private sector, where they come in and they support the initiative by providing these opportunities to youth.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of Empower Youth Week. As I mentioned, call your friends to call a friend, and let's all make sure that we're here today. I just realized that I actually didn't formally introduce myself. I just stepped on stage as if people know who I am. Okay, so my name is Noni Kumalo, and I do a number of things in the media space, right? Do you guys know of the radio station YFM? You do? Okay, so I content produce for the best lunchtime show in the country, right? Lula Odiba and Fresh by Caddy. So if you're listening to any of that content, I'm the one that's produced that. I also am a producer for a magazine show called Trends Live on SABC News, channel 404. So it's a TV as well. And then I'm a corporate MC. I stand on stages like these, and these are my most important events, the ones where we get to empower the youth. That's where I show up, okay? So it's time for us to get into our panel discussion for today, and I would like to call up all the dignitaries to come onto stage. First up, we've got Mayor Khatebe of Emfuleni Municipality. If you can please come onto stage for us to join the panel discussion. Mayor Nkosi of Lesedi Local Municipality, as well as Mayor Tesheda of Midvaal Local Municipality. A huge round of applause, please. No, I'm sure you can do better than that. Louder for your mayors, please. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the perfect opportunity for you to be asking your questions. Please take a seat, gentlemen. These are the people that are responsible for some of the reasons why we are here today. And as I mentioned, guys, this is your opportunity to ask your mayors these questions. The impact of Empower Youth, we get to bring these institutions a little bit closer to who you are, okay? So before we get into the proceedings and the questions, I would first like to ask for each of you to introduce yourselves, your municipalities, and perhaps some of the work that you've done quite recently. We can start with you, please, Mayor. Each of you have a mic right next to you, so you can just switch it on.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Sanbonani, Dumelang. Lehantle. Karel Kwatileche. All right, nna ka lebitso ke Peter Texera. I am the Executive Mayor of Midvaal Local Municipality. And I'm really, really happy to be here this morning and to take part in this panel discussion, because I'm very passionate about the empowerment of young people or youth within our society. So as Midvaal Local Municipality, we definitely take youth empowerment very serious. There's a number of programs that we are running within the municipality. We also recently had our own youth summit in Midvaal, where we attracted over 1,000 young people. And within this youth summit, we had a number of stakeholders who participated. And I think it was very informative for young people, but it also, jobs were created on the day. Angithi nasi-attenda la. Abanye bethu sifuna kwenza sure ukuthi nasihamba la sihamba sesiqashiwe angithi. So on that particular event, some of these stakeholders were able to recruit or absorb some of our young people that participated. So there are many programs that we are running. We've got a Buang Bacha program that we run within the municipality, where we actually went across the municipality, every ward, where we engaged with young people, and we said that what programs can we run as a municipality? And the reason we did that, I did not want us to design these programs as the municipality, but it must be designed by the young people themselves, so that it has more meaning to the young people. And this really got us to a level where we understood exactly what programs we need to run as a municipality. So we had the mayoral student financial aid, where we also assisted with registration fees, tuition fees. We bought laptops for young people, etc., etc. And many of them went to different higher education institutions within the country. And you know, this was a start of that particular program. But what we also do is we empower our SMMEs, where we also have SMME summits, where we bring in stakeholders who assist in terms of registering the businesses, providing certain information, tax compliance, but also educate our local SMMEs on how to do business with the municipality. Because most of the time, our businesses do not understand how or what it is they need to do business with the municipality. So we regularly have these SMME summits as a municipality just to upskill our local businesses. But we also we also encourage our young people to get into the agricultural sector. Because if you look at Sedibeng as a whole, it's a semi-rural district with a lot of agricultural land, and we are saying young people, get into farming. So as a municipality, we have over 350 hectares of agricultural land, where we are calling on young people from Midval to say, come and speak to us, where we can lease land to you for agriculture. Because sometimes the barrier into agriculture is land, the availability of land. Umhlaba ukho, lefatshe aliyo. O batla ho kena ko agriculture, mara ha ona lefatshe. So ka Midval re na le lefatshe le the size of 350 hectares, different portions all over the municipality. And if you are interested in getting into agriculture, so your emerging farmers can come and speak to the municipality, especially those that are residents of Midval. So there's also tourism that we are talking about. You know, I never understand why people of the Val still go to Hartbeespoort Dam to go enjoy water activities, while we have our own Val Dam here in the Val, where young people can have their own business. Lan khona ngena khona uyenze ama water sports. We've got an area called Val Marina. Mayor Nkosi knows it, very close to Heidelberg, where there's an opportunity for activities the same that is offered at Hartbeespoort Dam. We could be doing it right here in the Val. So those type of opportunities are available to young people. I just want to say that the municipality is doing all, everything within its power to empower young people. We cannot do it on our own. We understand the importance of partnering with the private sector, because I think the private sector also has a role to play in empowering young people within our communities. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Mayor. And I love the fact that you brought up the agricultural aspect, because I do think that that's where a lot of job opportunities. I love the fact that you mentioned the land issue, because that is a huge challenge that we have in South Africa. And hopefully in the audience, we can have somebody ask a question around that. Mayor Nkosi, it's your time to introduce yourself. Let us know who you are.
Thank you very much, Program Director, and Dumelang. Halala Youth Empowerment, halala. Halala Bacha, halala. No, thank you very much, Program Director. My name is Mluleki Nkosi. I'm the Executive Mayor of Lesedi Local Municipality, which is in Heidelberg, Devon, Fiskale. It's in the eastern edge of Gauteng. We are the last municipality into Mpumalanga province. So, Councillor Tigzero, Mayor Tigzero has captured a lot of things that we do that has similarities. But what I want to emphasize on is the youth participation in the planning of municipalities. Because our young people do not participate in the integrated development plans. Integrated development plan is a plan that the municipality engages its community so that the community can suggest what needs to be entailed or inculcated in the budget. So if our young people do not come to those meetings when they are convened, they lose an opportunity of making deposits in the plans of the municipality. They use an opportunity in making suggestion what they want the public pairs to serve them. That is the first thing. The other issue is the issue of policy. Because if they don't participate in the formulation of policy, one, I would mention the supply chain policy, which is reviewed annually by the municipality. So if young people do not participate, they won't have an opportunity to go into detail and know what is happening in the procurement processes of the municipality. Because when we talk about township economy, we want our young people to participate in that, and money must revolve among them. And for instance, I'll make a simple example. Our youth can be able to procure water bottles to the municipality, stationery, Those are the simple things that our youth can tap on our supply chain database in order for them to supply from two municipalities, rather than us going to big industry to get those things. For instance, issues of catering, for instance, issues of transport when we need transport. So we want to encourage them to come to the IDPs, to come and participate so that they can also put submissions. We are busy with the IDPs now. I am having IDP meetings in Lesedi next week. So I'm inviting all the youth who reside in Lesedi to come in those IDPs so that they can make their input and suggestion. The other issue, the issue of land. I'm very pleased to announce that we have given land of about 500 hectares to a young guy to do cropping, and even negotiated with current beef for current beef to buy silage, which is maize, from that young chap, and current beef is also going to collect that maize, and that guy is not going to pay for transport to collect, to take that silage to current beef. So it is a very serious development and a milestone. Hence, Councillor Texera is emphasizing that our young people must go into farming, because Sidibeng as a whole, it's an agricultural hub of Gauteng. So our young people must go into farming. We must propose to sitters. It's a program that I'm pushing, that the sitters must teach our young people the issue of farming so that we can inculcate the culture of food security. We don't have to go, we have to make food, we have to create a path that if they do agriculture, they are able to sell their products to Woolworths, sell their products to Pick and Pay, because we've got vast of land that is zoned agricultural. But if our youth do not come forward to tap on that land, we are going to have a very serious problem. So I thought I should cover that, and also in the main, encourage our youth to participate in our planning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Nkosi. Truly highlighting that youth participation is a huge challenge, clearly, in the municipality. But I also love the fact that you mentioned that the youth can come and supply their services and goods to your offices. We have Khonzi, who's one of the success stories here, who makes jam. So maybe then he can supply jam to your offices as well. So that when you're having your coffee and tea in the morning, we can do exactly that. Mayor Khatebe, if you can just briefly introduce yourself and some of the successes of your office.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, facilitator of the day, fellow EMs. Greetings to yourself. Greetings to the MMC of Finance in Sidibeng, and abantu abasha, everybody that is here. Dumelang. Sanbonan. Kiaphila lona. My name is Usipho Khatebe. Usipho Khatebe is an executive mayor of Emfuleni, but equally a ward councillor in Ward 21. When I speak of Emfuleni, I'm speaking of the municipality that has 45 wards in Sidibeng. That is the biggest municipality. So the bigger the municipality, the bigger the problems. But we are not breeding and concentrating on the challenges and problems that we have as a municipality. We are saying as a municipality, we are a municipality that is improving, that is willing to work with young people and also attract young people from all forms of life. As an institution, we partnered with 2 universities in our areas, which is Northwest University and the VUT. A few days ago, we were at the graduations at VUT, and there are some of the learners that were graduating through the bursary of Emfuleni. There's an Emfuleni mayoral bursary of young people here at Emfuleni. So I was really, help some of those who are saying that we went through this bursary that you gave us, Mayor Zemfuleni. So we want to encourage a lot of young people that there are positive things that are happening. The presentation that I saw here that said South Africa has more than 18 million young people. And most of those young people are without hope. It's something that is disturbing. Ne? I mean, if you have young people without hope at this age and time, just imagine 30 years ago, how was it? And with us, coming from that background, whereby there were no other initiatives such as this one. The only thing that we could speak about by that time, it was we want to dismantle apartheid. That was the only thing that was in the back of our minds. And at some point, we used to even have words such as freedom first, education last. By that time, because of the situations in our lives were unpalatable and were very disturbing. But despite all those things that were happening, one of the things that has been the support to many young people, there was a slogan that we used to say that we are the future and no one can stop us. And up until today, some of us, who grew within the ranks of different youth formations and organizations, we knew that we needed to be somewhere one day. So it is proper in this gathering as we speak to young people, without repeating what my counterparts have said. If generally one can ask, how many of the young people here have registered to vote on the 29th?
If you've registered to vote, have your hands up, let's see.
I'll say, this is the hope that we are speaking about. If the speakers that were appearing here saying that we have provided around 70,000 young people opportunities, and when you are sitting somewhere in your own corner and not wanting to attend such things, Umandoza used to say, "Uzoyithola kanjani uhlele khoneni." So some of the things that will bring hope to yourself, it is yourself. Because we can bring all these opportunities, but if your mind is not prepared to take advantage of the things that are around here, definitely there's nothing that you will do. In 2022, I was in this hall together with what is called the Val Special Economic Zone. It is a company that is wanting to assist us on the issues of electricity. And as we brought them here, we invited a lot of young people to come and participate, to say what advantages that company will be creating or building fuels, sells fuels, which is about, in terms of their estimation, they are prepared to bring around the investment of around 4.3 billion here in the Val. But when we looked on that day, how many young people were there? We even counted, I said, please, those who have their diplomas in what and what, can you please come and register here? So that we know when we create our own database of the young people that will say, through this initiative, we took them and then we'll place them lapaya. The bitter thing is that they were less than 50. But this hall was full. But when you look, Uguti, who are the people who are many in here? You'll find it will be our grandmothers, it will be our mothers. At times when we speak like this, they might not even understand that what was it Omachoro was saying, because Umtana is not there to come and assist in translation with what is it that's been said. So, young people, take advantage of everything that you find next to you. The era of complaints, I know that young people, at some point, we become too good about it. But let me assure you that complaining much and not doing anything to transform your life, it is not going to help you. But instead, it creates a negative person in his or her life. So let us stand up as young people to say there are opportunities. Some of these opportunities, you might find that it's not an opportunity that will come at your door, but it wants you to go out as you are here. I was speaking with someone that has organized this thing. He said, Machoro, on Thursday, there will be a miracle here. And I'm inviting you to come and see that. What is it that we are going to do? There will be young people that will be getting checks. There will be young people that will be getting empowered, you know, because the theme is about inspired, connected, and transformed. So if you are not here, definitely for sure you stand to lose. Lastly, when we grew up, we used to say, we want to make education fashionable. As you are here, and you know there are other young people in your neighborhood who are not here, go and inspire them. This program is 5 days. I saw some of the pictures yesterday. It was full to capacity. With more than 18 million young people, which is the biggest population of the country, and you look at this hall, which is not, where are other young people? Are they at work? Because we know that many of them are unemployed. Where are they? So it must be our own matter. If I come here and I didn't see Lomtana was next door, who also was supposed to be here, and I came alone, we must be in a position to go back to them and say, you know what, we are getting that kind of education, it must make us fashionable. The last thing that it's about is skilling young people. We do speak about we want young people to be skilled. I think last month at Mfuleni here, I was invited to come and address 20 young people that were recruited by Mfuleni, you know, who will be getting different skills. And as I was speaking to them, I asked that, do you know the Premier of Gauteng? They looked at me. I said, if you don't know the Premier, then who am I, Mina? Because the Premier is always on the news almost every day. Then I said, Kantinin and Buyap, where are you coming them? If you don't know that, said, no, young people, this is not super. We must know everything that is happening around our location, our space, so that we become better people. So I'm happy to be here to come and share some thoughts with you. And then let's see, at the end of this event, how many of you who will say, from that event, Major, born or what am I? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor. I just want to take this opportunity before I ask the questions for maybe the Empower Youth staff to just identify who possibly has a question in our audience. If you do have a question, please raise your hand, and Empower Youth staff, please just identify them while I try to break the ice, and then we'll jump straight into the question. Mayor Ngosi, I want to throw this one at you because I think you highlighted it quite a lot. You mentioned how low youth participation is, you know, not just here, but generally in the country. But my question to you is, don't you think that participation in general is low in the country, and we're finding ourselves just a little bit despondent, I guess, perhaps, as a country, not just young people, but across the board, that it almost seems as if young people are given the responsibility to save the country with all its problems. What's your take on that particular question? Do you think that we're putting too much pressure on young people to say that they're not participating, whilst it looks like the entire economy, in our opinion, people are just despondent?
You know, comparatively speaking, when you look at countries like China, young people start to work at grade 1. So if, as South Africans, we are going to say we are pressurizing young people when we say they must come and participate in decision-making of government, it means that we are saying they will remain being infants forever. they are not going to be leaders of tomorrow. They must start to lead as early as even at the primary school and demonstrate leadership so that they can be the leaders of tomorrow. I mean, we can't inculcate the culture that we must have old people in parliament who go and sleep there. We want these parliamentarians to come and lead this country. That is the culture that we want to inculcate. That is why I'm calling them to come and participate in government.
Love that. Great answer. We had a question. Who's got the mic? Gentlemen, please stand up, introduce yourself, and then you can ask the panel a question, please.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Motlale from Kamo Eton side. I have only 2 questions. My first question goes to Mr. Peter Teixeira. I heard him speaking about the opportunities that belongs to young people. The question is, those opportunities are the only opportunities belongs to young people that are residing within the Midvaal municipality, or anyone from CDB? So that's my question. And by the way, I've been following what you guys have been doing under the Midvaal municipality. You've been doing a massive job. Big up. The second question goes to our municipality mayor, Mr. Mayor Khatebe. I'm asking regarding the township economy. What guys are you doing in terms of the supportive structure within our township economy? The supportive structure, what guys are you doing as a municipality to support us in terms of to bring back our economy within our townships? That's all.
Thank you so much for that question. So let's jump to you, Mayor Teixeira. You know, are the opportunities in your municipality also available to other young people that aren't necessarily located in your municipality?
Yeah, look, thank you so much for the question. Normally, what I would say, you know, in response to such a question is that it's best if you partner with a resident of the municipality in terms of accessing those opportunities. We are one district. We may be different municipalities, but we are in one region. So my advice would be that you partner with other young people from Midvaal municipality, and therefore that opportunity can be given to yourself. I think, you know, it's also important when you do, nothing stops you from writing a proposal as a business, maybe from another municipality within the district, indicating what opportunities can be available within the business that you would like to start up within the municipality. Because I understand as a mayor that if you come through, you may come through from Mfuleni, for example. You may start off a business in Midvaal and hire 10 to 15 other young people from Midvaal. So nothing stops you at all. So to answer your question in short, the opportunities are also accessible to yourself, even if you are out of Midvaal. Thank you.
Mr. Khatebe, supporting the township businesses. What are you doing in your capacity to ensure that that happens?
Thank you very much for the question, Siramene. I think it was Siramo who asked that question. One of the things through our LED department, which is local economic development, which is led by MMC Kantu, we have started engaging various communities. And late last year, we did a research with one of the companies around Joburg, which was working with the municipality, where we employed about 12 young people for a period of a week. They went to different zones in our areas, different places, to go and check at the caliber of the economy that must circulate in there. We know when we speak about the township economy right now, we speak about a tech shop. That is, if anyone will want to speak, will say, it's about tech shop, hair salon, and what and what and what. But when you look at to say young people, can you make a research out of that? it will be difficult. That's where we lose many young people. Because when you say do a research, you are now expelling him. He won't come back or she won't come back. So we did that study. So through the LED department, then we needed to start unrolling or rolling out, in fact, we needed to start rolling out the program. We know there are a lot of young people. There's a young person around Zone 10 here, which we are supporting very close, is doing branding for a tracksuit, you know, and I was supposed to be wearing one of his tracksuit to say, hey, let me then also be part of the marketing. But you look at what he's doing, he's working in a garage, you know, very small garage, but he's producing immensely there. And we want to take him and create an ambassador of young people through him. And we met these young people through the office of the Premier by then, Premier David Makura, who introduced us to that because he was funded by the provincial government. So what we need to create, it is a platform whereby we invite all the people that we think they can fund young people, they can support and create a space for them to engage with them. One of the core business of the municipalities is about service delivery. And as I said, that at some point it is difficult in our municipality because of the certain challenges that we have. So what we're doing, we are relying on some of the economic institutions that we have. Last year we came in here with MEC Mzikumalu, MEC for Kokta and Youth Development. And when we were here, they showcases that what are the things that they are giving out to young people. And when we believe that when we continue to do such things, that's where many young people must benefit. But the bitter thing it was, even on that, what was expected, the capacity was supposed to be around 500. But we had less than 120 young children or youth who were there to came to take initiatives of what was happening. So as we are saying that township economy, we are embracing it. And some of you can tell stories of many of the shops that used to be government shops that you can find in many different parts of our economies or our communities. What we want to do, and we also realized that most of those shops are now taken or are now owned by the foreign nationals. We said, let us do a research, which we did. We want to take those shops back to our people. But the question is that if we give you that kind of a shop, are you going to sustain it? Because it's easy for us to initiate everything, but sustainability becomes the core thing. So those are some of the things that we believe that through the township economic initiatives, and also where you come and say that Major or whoever that will be speaking with, to say these are the things that I think I can contribute, and tell us that how do you want us to support you? Then by doing so, definitely we'll be in a position to support each other.
Thank you, Mayor. May I also just ask mayors that we keep our answers as brief as possible because we've got quite a number of enthusiastic individuals that want to ask questions. We've got somebody over there. Introduce yourself and ask the questions.
Good morning. Tsuwa mocha tsuwa.
Tsuha.
Jotsa makhelwane tsuwa mocha tsuwa. Ka lebitso ke nna Thabisong Kole from zone 17. Hona mona Sebokeng. First question to our distinguished mayor wa Midvaal Ntate Texera. Mayor, I heard you talking about farming and water sports in your side, and even the Lesedi side. What are the channels that we can come up with as youth? Or actually, what if we have ideas of coming up with something totally different? Like example, having a sports academy, having a rehabilitation center for our wildlife, especially the big five. where we don't have that. Once we want to see that, we have to go to Kodi Zoo or Kruger National Park. What if we have our own plan to make our own Kruger National Park in our region? Because we do have land. I guess you said that. We do have land. What if we have those kind of plans? How can you assist us? One, thank you. Hontate Nkosi from Lesedi. Ntate Nkosi, we are participating. The only thing is that your offices don't listen to us. I'm speaking for all of them. I felt like going out when you guys came in. No, I'm a youth and I'm tired. We do participate. You listen to my, listen to my point when I go to my mayor. Listen to my point when I go to my mayor. Why I say we do
But
participate.
you must wrap it up quickly. I understand
Yes.
your frustration, but ask it very, very nicely so that we can get answered, okay?
We are the cradle of agriculture, metal, steelwork, human rights, sports, arts and culture, and recreation hub as a region. To my mayor, Mr. Khateb, I am a former ward committee member, Ward 2, Sanzalin Tatemzis. Please go back to those portfolios and check my work. I was heading, and that means when you go to the office, you don't check the portfolio of the previous one, so that when you employ or when you recruit, you know who to start with. Thank you.
Okay, we've got a frustrated youth member here who's saying it's just challenging for them. It really is challenging, and I guess it's just facing his frustrations. But I think we'll just wrap up the question in saying that, you know, what other opportunities, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong, are there that we can create in your municipalities, considering that we must go to Kruger National Park all the way there, you know, saying that we've got land here, can we create those opportunities? And also, I guess him saying that the young people are frustrated because they feel like they do have these ideas, they do want to participate, but the doors are closed. So what do you have to say about that? So we'll start with you, Mayor, and then we'll move on to the frustrated question.
Yeah, look, Tabi, so the doors are not closed. I think, you know, as much as sometimes young people like pointing fingers at government, but you must also look at yourself as young people, what it is that you are contributing towards the upskilling of yourself or your business. It's important that you continue knocking on those doors. Nabangavuli kokota until bavuli. Bazovula eventually. Loyo mnyango loyo. But it's also important that I think put together, you asked about the farming and business and water sports, etc. Put together a business proposal that also includes other members of the Midvaal community. As I said, we are one region, so it doesn't matter whether you are this site in Mfuleni. If you have a fantastic idea that can uplift the community, that can uplift the district or the region, put together a proposal, submit it to the office of the mayor. You know, what we are also doing in Midvaal is we are in partnership with Heineken, who are assisting us with a skills development center. This skills development center will be built in Savannah City. For those that know Savannah City, the RTP section, we're going to build a skills development center there. So what I said to my team at the municipality, that it's important that we empower these young people with certain skills so that they are attractive to the job market. Because if you don't have that skill, and you go and look for work and you are told no, but you do not possess the necessary skill. So with that skills development center, this is where we will capacitate you, make you attractive to the market. And I think that Midvaal is a young municipality, a growing municipality that is attracting a lot of investment into the municipality. And when investors come into your municipality, in return it creates the much needed jobs for our young people. So people like myself as politicians, we must also be your voice. We must advocate for you within the private sector. I think that is very, very important and crucial. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Mayor Nkosi, frustration, valid one in fact. Considering the high unemployment rate in this country, young people are looking for jobs, young people are knocking on doors. What is your take on what he asked?
I still want to insist on issues of public participation first. That it is not true that we don't give an ear to young people. The truth and the fact is young people do not come in meetings that we call when we are planning, which we call them the integrated development plan. But I'll make a typical example. You know, the hall here is not full. The hall here is not full. That's the point I'm emphasizing. But if in organizing this event you had called Kabza the Small or Skomota, that guy, the hall will be full to capacity. So I think we must get our priorities right. Because when we grew up, we used to say nothing about us without us when we were still growing up in those times. So we want to inculcate that culture in the youth to participate so that they go into program and learn to do things ourselves. So hence I'm saying public participation, we should inculcate it in our youth. They must plan, they must strategize and end up doing for themselves and leading in government. That's what is important. Thank you.
Mayor Nkosi is not backing down. He's saying this hall should be full, but it's not. So he's redirecting it back to the youth, saying, what are you guys doing about it? But if Maporisa was here, it would be a different story. Okay, cool. Do you have a question? Someone's got the mic? Yes.
Thank you. My name is Bafana Fisto Madonna, the one and only. Let me first apologize to my 3 mayors with attendance in Anilen. And as the leader of the young people in Sebokeng, we will make sure that from tomorrow up until the end of this program, this hall is full and the Sibanetente 45 screening upon. Thank you. The first question is that Futisbong, we know that our premier is doing a great job in making sure that young people are batholom sebenzi. But I have a question to say that what are the opportunities that SCDBeng or Mfulen will benefit from Nasispan as the youth of CDBeng? How are we also going to make sure that our own young people from this place, SCDBeng Valdrangel, are going to benefit? And which are the criteria that we are going to use in making sure that our young people are also part of Nasi Ispani beneficiaries? That's the question that I want to get. What are the criteria?
Thank you. We just need to make sure that we accommodate as many young people as possible in the questions. So can we please limit it to just one question?
No, this is the last one.
Okay, make it brief.
We want to also encourage the young people to say that we have our own Vino Vinci, who's nominated in the PSL Awards as a photographer. So as the young people of Sebokeng, as the young people of Valdrangel, let us make sure that we vote for him. He comes back with that award. Amanda!
I think instead of giving it to all 3 mayors, I think you can take the question that he asked, Mayor Khatebe, around the opportunities in your municipality.
Thank you very much for the question, Bafana Fisto Madonna. Also, you said you are the only one. I'm not sure about that. But Kubev, we spoke of opportunities that we have in the municipalities through our LED department, where we want young people. Next to you, I think, on where you are sitting on your right-hand side, there was a lady who was sitting there. I can't see Ausis Makaleng. Or Ausugu Mekanyinyana nje fela. O fela or batu babacha. You see, Ausis Makaleng is working at an Mfuleni Lapaya with Department of Art and Culture. Last year, we had a very magnificent program of a young person that appeared who greeted Britain's Got a Talent. Do you remember that? And that young man was Musa Mota. And then I discovered that Musa Mota can take into an Ayamuka Simon. Kazun 17 kamon. And now Sis Makaleng comes to me and said that we need to do a homecoming for Umosa. And with an understanding that we are creating up an opportunity for many young people with talents to come in. And we did that. Through that process, in now, we took Umosa to Sebokeng, Tabong, Samsusa Samugisa Val Mall, and at Tabong, you looked at the response was very minimal, ne? But we went to Val Mall. Val Mall, even white people, many white people, because they believe in Britain, what. They were there in numbers, coming or batlo sheba or riki. And we said thereafter, Mosa, we want to start a program with you. We want to make you a youth ambassador, I say, Mfuleni. Then we need to sit down and craft everything. I spoke about opportunities that are coming in with a massive development at Lotlang. But there's a very good saying that we were told when we were young, that you can take a horse to the river, but you cannot force it to drink water. So if you can bring everything up until young people say that, it must start within me, then that is then. And I said one way of doing that, it is to create a positive mind in yourself. Once we can start it, then what is then that you'll see that there are, an array of opportunities that are waiting for you as a young person.
Yeah.
But if we play a blame game, we play negativity, you'll never realize anything. Hence, one of the things that we all spoke about as this panel is that it needs to start within you. To say, if there's no opportunity, let me go and run and look for that opportunity. We have built 3 studios in Mfuleni right now that we will be launching. And those studios, young people will come, but it's music and what. And they say, I'm tempted. I was tempted to write a song, but also the guidelines that what kind of the songs do we want? Because we will not be a municipality that will be supporting vulgarized songs and all negative songs. We don't want to create a negative young people. So let us stand up as young people. In different wards. In different wards, we know that we don't have many opportunities. But at time, just go to the library. Any librarian say, I want to research over 1, 2, and 3. Local library, you'll be amazed that what is it that you will find in there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much. They're saying the opportunities are there. You need to knock on the door until it opens. Do we have a lady to ask a question? Yes, we do. Introduce yourself, please. Do you have a mic? All right. After you, we'll go to
My
this
name
one.
is Bitumelo. Kidula ka mo zone 14 kankena. Before ke botsa botsa tsaka, just to say something. Ke believer regional mayor Usileratu will agree with me when I say the hall was packed yesterday and a lot of young people showed interest in agriculture. Therefore, my first question goes to our Mfuleni mayor, Mr. Khatebe. The other mayor mentioned they do have a certain number of hectares to give to the young people, to lease rather to the young people who are interested in agriculture. Question is, does Mfuleni have the same? The second question goes to Mr. Khatebe and Mr. Nkosi, Tabenya unemployment. There's a EPWP contract under DFFE that's coming to an end at the end of this month. Question is, official lona e etsa jwang ho etsa bonnete ba hore e secure mosebetsi ya batho ba batjha hoba I'm speaking ka more than 300 young people be lo re ha re bua ka diwan tsa me ba tle ba le unemployed. There was a gentleman from Mr. Panyaza Lusufi's office who was here yesterday. Ona bua ka di region tsena kaofela and is of class dibeng a ke batlo bua maka ho no better ho buile ntho tse mpe tse ngata ha bohloko hampe. Question to you kaofela le bontati ka pele ka mono ko re le etsa jwang ka taba eno. My last question is to Mr. Khatebe again, because I'm based in the Mfuleni. We have a number of schools tse leng hore ho ne ho na le di-project tsa agriculture tse leng hore di fetse. Unfortunately, we have knocked those doors and we were told that they are not open for commercial. Can you please try to work on that? Because ke a dumela hore batho ba batjha ba e leng hore ba interested in agriculture, ha ba batle ho etsa fela hore ba kgone ho ja. They want to make business out of that. That will be all. Thank you very much.
Oh, Butumelo, beautiful. Stunning questions. Mr. Khabtebe, possibly let's start with you around, is there an agricultural opportunity for people in your municipality? And then I'll just sum up the others and ask the other mayors. But maybe you take that one first, please.
Thank you very much. One of the things that my two counterparts spoke about is that one of our core businesses as the municipalities in the CDB, it is on food security, which is they spoke about. But I also spoke about the development of the special economic zone. That special economic zone that we'll be creating, I only spoke of one example whereby we said that we'll be having a solar plant that will also be built by ArcelorMittal, but we'll also be having a mitochondria that will also be dealing up with the creation of fuels to support electricity. But the land that we made available for the special economic zone, it's 592 hectares of land, which is in between Pulukong and Vanderbijl Park. Those who are coming from Ward 25, Kapokara, Pulukong, they must be knowing about this, because few days ago, there was a public meeting where the councillor was announcing that these are the things that we'll be doing. But it's also part of the rural development, which is there are some certain wards like Ward 6, Ward 7, which are adjacent and closer to Pulukong, whereby there are companies that are residing around that who are working on the development of the rural economy. And then there are some of the people that were attending. Obabunkosi emphasized on this thing of attending IDPs in many times, and which is, I'm not hearing a thumbs up to that. But in the IDP meeting that we held at Bupulong last week, because last week we had the two IDPs, one was here, another one was at Bupulong. So at Bupulong there we spoke at length to say that on rural development, because our priority is food security, and not food security for only CDB, but the hope of the Gauteng as entire cities, it is looking upon us to be in a position to feed Gauteng. So we do have rural programs that we are working on with different companies. One of the companies is coming from Northwest. It's been doing tremendously well. They started a program when they came to sell it on us to say we want to partner with Mfulen over this. We saw this as an opportunity that will be in a position to assist us. Bona as a major benefiter or not a beneficiary from Northwest, they are coming to say that because we are all animals of the state, so we need to be working together. So those opportunities, when we speak of rural development, you'll be in a position to come onto that and to look at that kind of a land. If we don't create young people or we don't give opportunities to young people to come in that land, definitely that land will be owned by people abadala, because that land is a land of the municipality, which we gave out on the 99-year lease. So we want young people to come and participate in such programs. So I think if you continue to be with us, you'll be in a position to benefit out of that. And on the school project, you know the schools, they belong to the Department of Education. But we need to also follow up on, we know that the Department of Education, you know, right now, because abantwana bayashote esikolweni, some of the schools are getting closed. And at some point we did ask that, what is it that we are taking advantage on in order to revive or rehabilitate those schools? If we don't do that, they will be getting vandalized. Like one of the schools around Zone 13 here. La Pola Unonale School, you know, it started with roofing, lento yama window, moti 18, you know, And what is left there, it's only a foundation. So we want young people that will make sure of, let us utilize that school, agree with the Department of Education, they can give you a permission to occupy the school, and then we'll be in a position to assist you. On the EPWP, Majoro wa Sidibenga Moholo Dumel, the matter of the EPWP here in our instant, it is controlled at the district office. So it is them. I know Majoro has been trying very hard to avoid that situation that by the 1st of May, many young people will be out. But there's also commitment from also our provincial government to sustain such programs. So I think at a later state, Majoro will speak about it, that what is it that is at the corner to assist, that we don't lose such people and they go to the streets. Thank you.
No, Mayor Khatebe, I think you raised a very good point, because I think her point is you've got these amazing programs that exist in the townships, and then after a year or two, it all comes to an end and all those people are unemployed. And many of those programs exist. So what are your municipalities doing to ensure that there is sustainability for young people?
I think Mayor Khatebe is taking everything because we are at Mfuleni. Or masipala o moholo kwa hae jwale o nka dipotso kaofela rona se re shebeletse yena jwale. No, it was on a lighter note. You see, I want to create an understanding. That is why I always emphasize the issue of public participation, so that our young people become knowledgeable. There are 3 spheres of government. It's local, which is us, it's provincial, and it's national. And all these 2 spheres of government, which is province, that is led by the premier, and national, that is led by the president, there is nowhere where they implement their plans and projects. They implement them in municipalities. Now, there are programs like the EPWP, which if our youth do not understand, they will take it as employment. And it's not implemented, it is implemented by us, but funded by the department nationally and provincially. So it raises expectations legitimately so, because national says, here is a 10 rands, please employ 200 people for 12 months in order to train them to gain experience, to look for employment after 12 months. But when our people got in there, they get a salary, and after 12 months, when it ends, they want to be absorbed by municipalities permanently. And municipalities can't be able to sustain that. There are those that we are able to absorb, but a small fraction or a percentage from the EPWP. So I thought I should explain it so that if our young people get into those programs, they must know that it's only a program for gaining experience, not employment permanently. So I thought I should just raise that. Thank you.
Oh, you happy with that? All right, fantastic. I hope it answers your question, Buitumelo. Do you have the mic with you for your question? Fabulous. Introduce yourself and then ask your question, please.
Okay. Tumela. Lebitso la ka ke Thapelo Dikwebe. I am based here in Sebokeng. Hantle ke ne ke na le request ne. So I ke tsebe hore re tlama hore re ye bo mang, because I have a team from Kutlwano Entle, and re ne re na le suggestion ya hore re ka hloka hore bana ba bane le di high pass rates, which is our high school learners. That's where our foundation starts before re fihla mona mo re leng teng. Because re realize hore ho na le batho ba bangata ba ne le di top student sekolong, like they were going all out, math, science and everything, but they were not recognized. So because of that, from the high school, we can have top learners. The only way to top learner, school challenge, top learner students, if anyone a passite in a high pass rate, Otola says she gets cameras, like washuta, she become fabulous, so that abono, like whatever I'm doing, it's good. And other kids, libona batloba inspired from community, from schools, everyone otloba inspired hore. So the only thing we need ki equipment, we need like dintho tse tlo etsang hore re dikolong re thuse bana bao ka tsona. And another thing, we realized hore poverty is one of dintho tse re struggleang ka tsona, especially ha re fihla ka matlong. So in our high pass rate learners, they can get the voucher, maybe about 1.5 voucher ya dijo ka tlung, so that you can improve and show yourself, okay, I can help my family and I can still, cause the blesser dingatane, and obviously if we involve the blesser, guys, sense re ba confused, like what lebala, to be honest. So the voucher, they can help our high school learners, because harata mona, because re batla re tswa high school and we need something. So we have to start ka foundation ya rona, like enyan. We can still group each other. Rona re le mona re itjwetsa hore, okay, mang o tseba metse, we can mentor our kids from mo. Re ba na le dikipa and do something. Maybe le di stipendinyana.
I love that. And eo ke suggestion ke rata jwang. And the reason why ke rata my mayors is because obviously at the end of every year, you know, you get your top learners in your province, they get cars, they get bursaries, but nothing really happens, I guess, on a local level. And I think that's something that she's now identifying, that you've got kids that do very well in high school, in smaller little schools, not necessarily the top student in the province, but the top student in their school. What programs? I mean, she's coming up with a suggestion to say she wants to run that program. And perhaps she just needs help with equipment, you know, needs help with municipalities coming in. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? Or what are the steps that she can perhaps take in your offices to say, this is my proposal, please help me?
Yeah, you know, I just want to go back to what Mayor Nkosi was saying. You know, at times, municipalities, we get to hear of such initiatives in platforms like this. Outside of this platform, young people are not speaking to the municipalities or to government. And, you know, there are many platforms where they can come and engage. I think it's been raised already by both mayors, the importance of attending these public meetings, whether it being an IDP or a local public meeting within their space. So prioritization is important. So the lady, I've mentioned it before in my response to Thabo earlier, that put together a business proposal, approach the municipality or even the private sector. Government alone cannot create or offer all, you know, the opportunities to our young people. So now as a young person, you have an obligation to ensure, Guti, now you are driven, you have that passion to become successful, uvuge ekseni, prioritize. If you are going to prioritize, Guti, ube la next door ngapha, there's a place la next door la. I'm from Midval, Maringayazi, khona ngapha ngapha. Bayazi the young people in ngikhuluma ngendawo yiphi ngapha. Nakabe ukuthi uzoprioritize ukuthi uye khona laphaya ngeSunday uyaphuza, Monday awukhona ukuthi uyozimaketa, then you're going to have a problem. So that's why I'm saying as young people, you also have a role to play to ensure ukuthi now you are committed, you are dedicated, because the opportunities are endless. Government cannot give you everything. Go and speak to the private sector. I just want to make an example quickly. There's a young man from an area called Moelande in Midval, just behind 3 Rivers East. That young man bought a 2-hectare piece of land, and he went into agriculture. Then what he did, he went and approached one of the local businesses, a business called Afrimet, it's a mine in Henyon Klip, and said, please help me to drill a borehole so that I'm able to plant, get into the whole agricultural space. And they opened the door for him. Then once that happened, they drilled the borehole. Then he came to me, or the municipality, and said, listen, how can you assist me? Here I am, I've got a borehole, I've got an irrigation system already. Can you assist in terms of skills? Do you know other stakeholders? And we managed to link him with prominent farmers within the area. So the point that I'm trying to make is that young man was driven. He didn't say, Guti, no, this thing can wait in your puza namhlanje. We understand. So you also need to be passionate, you need to be driven, you must know what it is that you want. opportunities are not going to come to you. You must be the one that is driving it and ensure, Guti, you achieve the goals that you have set yourself. So engage both with government as well as the private sector. Don't forget that.
No, I love that. Maybe just to extend on your answer, if I want to learn how to do a business proposal, because I'm hearing this term business proposal being thrown around on stage, you know, where can I learn how to do it? Is it something that I can get go library, online, at your actual offices? You know, what can I do to ensure that I know how to compile
Yeah, every local municipality has a local economic development office. And most of the time, there are officials that are employed in those offices to assist you to draft or to put together a business proposal that is attractive to the market. So please access those opportunities. Go to your local LED office and ask them for that assistance, whether it being a CV that you want to put together or whatever business proposal. It may be for tourism, it may be for agriculture, or any business that you want to grow locally. That information is available to you.
I love that. Chomi, compile a business proposal so that you can send them a proposal for the local schools. Exactly. Well done.
Greetings to all the mayors. I just want help on. I just want mayors to inspire me or connect me on how to apply for land. Also, help me how to fight waste on our environment. And also, how to help youth to change Val to transform to like China, Maybe to change like China to become. Re change Val to become like China.
Like China?
Like China.
Okay.
How to fight waste around our environment as youth. Rinka thusa jwang ka mayor or municipality tsa rona around
Okay,
to fight.
Yeah, I think I understand you. I think what she's asking here is, you know, you made a very good point, Mayor Ngosi, about how young kids in China start at a very young age to be motivated and they're driven. And perhaps maybe the challenge that we have is maybe our young people aren't as inspired, maybe because of their surroundings, maybe because of whatever other factors that may exist. How do we encourage young people to be driven if it's not something that they innately have? How do we inspire young people so that we become like the kids in China?
Thank you very much, Ausi. On where you are sitting, on your far right, there's a gentleman lapaya ofage ispoti innocent ako yememo. Yeah. Innocent is one of the young people that has been working around our youth centers here at Mfuleni. We have one in Mafatsan, we have one in Lama Sueng, and the other one, I think it's around Buipatom Bupilong. Yeah. So if anything, because he's working under Mfuleni, but in fact, Sidibeng Mfuleni, but under the Gauteng province. So if you want many other things about young people, even Lapogulama Center, they even teach young people to also basar banli opportunity or by tutor with a computer and what. They will give such things. How to Google, how to look for whatever opportunity. I think innocent lapaya, which at some point Otabansa leading. I think he one of the people who are directly involved in the program up until Friday, innocent. You'll still be here. So any other youth matters, tailoring you think or Mona, I want speedy resolve on what and what. Please do meet the innocent. But secondly, on the waste management, you also spoke, our municipality is filthy and dirty. But very few people are taking advantage of that. And one of the people that I spoke to at some point, he said, Major, this is the future economy. And once it is ring-fenced, the there's a company that the province will be assisting us. Ke Mayor Nkosi o buile ka the 3 spheres of government. And then the provincial government will be assisting us to deal with waste. You see this waste, some of the people are in a position to take it and make fortune out of it. But some of us, we not, But there's a program to deal with waste very soon so that we can see that what is it that we are providing to our people. On the last question that you asked, the question, Elaine, but it has to do I think it was youth development and youth. Somebody, if it is not you, that spoke about in terms of education, what are we doing? Then I said, at Emfuleni we have what we call Emfuleni Mayoral Bazaar, whereby the solemn purpose here, it is those children that are indigent, that are from their backgrounds and what, to benefit out of that. And I said, it was befitting to see some of them graduating from Dukolo, because once you do that, you break a cycle of poverty in your family. So it should not be a cycle which ngazalwa kunje and then lena and I remember saying ho bana baba mole skolon se 5 kilos on. I said I was born in Everton in a 2-room house and my father didn't have a car. And there was no electricity in Everton. But where I'm living, there is electricity. And I don't only have a car, but I'm traveled every day by a state's car. Every day. Which is my father never thought of it. They can get such things. So now it didn't just come young London. I had to go out and do everything in my power in order to transform the lives of our people. And when you do that, it must start within yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautifully wrapped, and that's how we're going to close the conversation. But as you can see, mayors, tons of young people have so many questions for you. So I do implore you, obviously, for doing what you're doing, but also encourage you to have many more of these sessions where young people can come out and just voice their issues that they have with you. I do think that they feel a lot closer to you now that they've spoken to you, but keep up the good work, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us. The program isn't over, so please, young people, don't leave as of yet. Please don't leave as of yet. We'd like to continue with the tone and the conversation of this morning. I would like to call up Mr. Vincent Jones, MMC of Citibank District, just to also welcome us. I'm going to allocate him 10 minutes just to continue with what we've been speaking about. But thank you so much, guys, for sharing your questions, and hopefully we can do more. Please give him a huge round of applause.
Sanbonani, Dumelang. Can I respectfully ask our executive mayors to please come back? Can I ask our executive mayors to please come back to the stage to be joined by our district mayor, Mayor Maluka. Can I please respectfully ask our executive mayors to come back? One more time, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. I'm well, how are you? Mayor? Good, how are you? Mayor? Now, Program Director, just before I give a vote of thanks, I want to acknowledge our District Mayor, Executive Mayor Maluka. I know there was a hot question that was asked about EPWP, and that falls under her, and I just wanted to give an opportunity to respond to that question. She was here yesterday, she gave a powerful opening address, and she's here again. We want to acknowledge her, but also to respond to that question. Executive Mayor.
Thank you so much, MMC. Let me greet and acknowledge our executive mayors. These are my people. Umbogota. I'm surrounded by strong men, Elabona. And let me greet everyone in this session. I think first, Program Director, the EPWP program, we know that it's not a sustainable program. And as local government, will allow that environment, that national, when they have this program, so that it gives our young people an opportunity. The question every time is about what is an exit strategy, which has come a challenge, because remember, with local government, our responsibility is to provide basic services. But we cannot turn out our young people in our own space. Even on issues of education, we do commit where we don't even get budget for such. So with the current program, I've been talking to the mayor, Yase Mfuleni, because it has absorbed a lot of young people. I think for Sidibeng alone, when you get the overall Yadi participant, there are around 1,200 who are cleaning and making sure that our rivers, our areas are clean. But we also want to direct that program clearly also and make sure that these people, they really do the work. So yesterday we had a meeting with the minister and see how we're going to, those who have to, the new intake that are coming, how can we then balance with the current ones that are there? But as I'm saying, that's not a solution. Why we have agreed that EmpowaWorks, we must partner with EmpowaWorks to create this platform with private sector. And it's government, our focus here to go to people must have water, must have electricity, there must be job, there must be what. So we agreed with EmpowaWorks that we are going to have this program for 3 years. Can you give a round of applause on that? So that we have a proper platform where young people can get this exposure. Where business, I think when Cell C is here, when Vodacom is here, when Coca-Cola is here, young people are suffering in Sidibeng. Majority, our population is young people with skills, with whatever. So this platform, maybe in the next year, we'll be going to Lesedi, next year in Enfuleni, we'll rotate it until we get it right. If we are not communicating properly with the language that young people are battle you climb bet, we are here for you. We are once there. We are still young, we are still young at heart. So we cannot leave young people who are lost in the space. Agriculture, we have a fresh produce market in under Sidibeng. There we are also we're saying all Mahlasipa by your Zone 7 massacre and all that. When you check, but those families are young people. And but we want people who have interest in agriculture. Oscar agriculture because you must sweat, you must work the land. Asim sebetu offensive. So that has been our struggle for make sure that youth here they have interest. We are trying to build that. We are there. So the fresh produce market is not only going to sell there's also an opportunity for agro processing. There's also an opportunity that we must work that land there. so that we give space for the SMMEs by operating at the fresh produce market. Ke a leboha.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Executive Mayor Lerato Maluka, Executive Mayor Peter Texeria, Executive Mayor Sipho Khatebe, Executive Mayor Mluleki Nkosi. We want to say thank you. When we were preparing this program, we were not sure if in the busy schedule that they are managing, if they will be able to be here. And we want to say thank you. And I want you to help us to say thank you to them. Please, let's give them a round of applause. Now, when you are a parent, there is nothing as painful as having a child in the house who is not working. We are parents. I know I look 23, but it is so painful to have a child who is not working. As leaders, it is painful to have a community that is unemployed. And because that makes us to feel failing the community. So like the executive mayor says, we had an MOU with EmpowaWorks to do this for the next 3 years. We're grateful to Sidibeng and the executive mayor that within very limited budget, we tried to contribute to make sure that this happens. EmpowaWorks is opening a platform for the municipality to interact with the youth and connect them. And there's a champion who is doing all this. And I want us to thank that champion and invite him on stage and take a symbolic picture with the executive mayors as a way of committing ourselves to say, we are going to continue this partnership and we will make sure that it happens. There were a lot of young people who were standing outside. We were supposed to have had a marquee, but we did not. And I think because of the crowds, others who could not be accommodated, some of them got discouraged and probably did not come. And so in the next 3 years, we want to make sure that it is better, it is stronger, and it connects young people. And I want you to help us as we call upon the stage the CEO of EmpowaWorks, Mr. Simpiwe Masiza, to come forward. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. You know what? You can do so much better than that. This is a champion. This is a CEO of EmpowaWorks. And we want to say thank you. And we commit ourselves that we will continue this relationship and make this better and better and better. Thank you. And please, let's give a round of applause to those leaders. And bring your cell phones. Let's allow them to take a picture here. Oh, Mayor Texeria is not here. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, he's probably coming back. And, but please, bring your cameras and your phones. This is a symbolic commitment to say we are going to continue this. This is great. And as leaders, we commit ourselves and we appreciate the work that EmpowaWorks is doing. A round of applause to all our leaders. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much to all our incredible leaders. And as you heard, their doors are open. Knock on those doors. The opportunities are there. You just need to take initiative. But for now, I'd like to call up Tumi Lebaka, CEO of the Gauteng Film Commission, who's going to be setting the tone for the stages that we're going to having this afternoon. Please give a huge round of applause to Tumi Lebaka. Yes.
Thank you. Dumelang. Bishop. It's great. It's so great to see you here today. Naki Dumilebaka, ke tswa mo Gauteng Film Commission. La itse Gauteng Film Commission? Yes? Okay, can I see hands of some people who know about the Gauteng Film Commission? Because it helps me into what to cover and what not to cover. Okay. And are you guys involved in the arts industry? Who's in the arts? Okay, who's in film? All right. It helps me because now I can be able to tell you more about who Gauteng Film Commission is, what the film industry is about, and how you can get involved. So for us, this is our third year being part of the Youth Week. We became part, I think, in 2022. In 2022, we were giving away equipment for filming, cameras, drones, and so forth. Last year we came and we had a nice talk about the industry, and given the fact that there is little or no knowledge guy industry, that's what I'm gonna do today. Is it fine? All right. So Gauteng Film Commission is an entity under the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, here the province of Gauteng. We are responsible for growing the film industry in Gauteng. We are responsible for making sure that there is growth, there is funding for filmmakers. We are responsible for making sure, working with the mayors and the municipalities, that when there are films to be shot, there are locations that are ready. But most importantly, we are responsible for making sure that our province becomes a destination for choice for international filmmakers. So when you look into film, there are various opportunities that exist, from what I call pre-production. So this talks about people who like writing, if you like writing, script writing. And then there are opportunities for what we call production. This is now camera, directing, and producing. And then you've got opportunities on the other side, which is now post-production. So you guys are more familiar with Twitter and posting, so you would know that after you've posted or you've done a video, you go sync the music to your video, you go make sure that the quality is right. So what post-production does is it makes sure that after all the shooting of the various scenes, there is quality editing that is comparable to what you then see on TV. So that is post-production. So what we do is we fund up-and-coming filmmakers. We partner with festivals. I saw Ntate Tim here. So Tim is a festival director, Joburg Film Festival. So we work with partners, with festival owners. We work with directors.
we work with producers, we work with animators, we work with gamers. So we fund those different categories. Why do we fund it? Because it's important that we start growing the industry of film. The film industry in South Africa is projected to be a 1 billion rand industry, but we have not tapped into it. It is also projected by Forbes that the film industry is where the future millionaires and billionaires is coming from. This is how fast the arts industry is growing. So it's important to see as young people, how do you get part and connect with the industry in the filmmaking? We have seen there are a number of projects like, for example, what we call the 48-hour projects that take short videos that end up in platform. You would know that how the markets like your Hollywood, your Nollywood, how they started growing is because there was passion from young people, filmmakers, artists who wanted to make more movies. And once you start making more of these movies, they end up in the right platforms, it creates a bigger market. So as Gauteng, we want to start creating bigger markets for film. We also want to harness the talent, filmmakers, artists, producers, and directors within this space. So it's important to start seeing what opportunities are there. So a lot of people, when you talk about film industry, they think of the actors and they then start thinking of the directors. But it's a huge value chain. So when an actor comes on stage, we start looking at issues of wardrobe. So there is that opportunity that exists in terms of career to pursue. Fashion, wardrobe. Then you look into issues of makeup, transforming the faces. You would recognize that in the various scenes, from time to time, there has to be creation of faces, when a person has been injured and all of that. That falls under the makeup department. That's one of the things that we need to look into. Then there are opportunities, film and carpeting plays a very big role because there's set design. Just having a set for your generations, for all the various production houses, that alone is a career. So there is more and more need for manufacturers in the film industry. So I was reading an article by the Youth Africa Entrepreneurs Institute. And what they say is that in order to curb the unemployment in the country, we need to start investing more and more and more into young entrepreneurs in our country. And we start doing that from the Gauteng Film Commission. We partner with the likes of Tshimologong. Tshimologong is an animation center. What it does is it develops artists with talent to become animators. And it's important in South Africa to start seeing more and more and more of our animation on our TV. You would know that, the US has made and the UK has made Boss SpongeBob very popular. We need to start creating more and more and more of puppets that represent our culture, that starts telling our stories, that start educating our kids in an African context. Because if we don't tell our African stories in a way that we understand, nobody will tell our African stories. So what Tshimologong does, they develop the talent for animators. But what they also do is they develop a talent for gamers. Because gaming is growing very huge in the country, but also globally. It is said that in South Africa alone, only about 60 studios are animators. But we need to make sure that we get more black, young, up-and-coming, talented gamers in the industry. Because when you go and do your PlayStation, we need to make sure that some of your games are the games that are recognizable. So we partner with the likes, like I've said, Botsimulukhong for such related issues. And these are some of the opportunities that exist in the sector. We also move forward. We have a very keen focus on women development programs. So we partner with the department that I told you about, Sports, Arts and Culture. And we've got a program called Basitsana Script Writing. What this program does is it harnesses, it's intaking a number of young females who have interest in writing scripts for television. And it grooms them for a period of about 8 to 12 months. And in this process, at the end of the program, there becomes a linkage between the script writers with the industry. We have great success stories of script writing. Why am I telling you all of this? Because I'm creating an appetite for you to become part of the creative industry as an area where there is a potential stream of income. While I'm talking about that, on the 9th to the 10th of May, we are hosting what we call a Gauteng Discover Film Summit. What is the Discover Summit? The Discover Summit is a platform that aims into growing artists, filmmakers, directors, and future producers. We will be bringing in leaders of industries to take you through workshops and master classes and open gateways in industries and areas of our industries that are not tapped on. You know, Gauteng and Western Cape are one of the areas where most of filmmakers, and especially international filmmakers, flock in to come and produce their videos. You would have heard that a while ago Tom Cruise was here. Do you know that among others, our nature reserves becomes a very key point of interest to the filmmaker. So there is a need for directors, producers who are able to tap into the animal part of filming. We will be talking about artificial intelligence. I'm sure you would have known by now, Hore, at times when you go to Twitter, actually artificial intelligence can start creating various, acting, and we need to find a way of how you as the youth can tap into artificial intelligence within the filming space. So all this is important because we believe if we are to grow the film industry, ya Gauteng, ya South Africa, it's important for you to understand the economies. We'll also be with the likes of, among others, Bontate team, Bo Mandla N, Bontate Akin Omotoso, who were one of the early people who benefited from the support of the Gauteng Film Commission, who will therefore be taking you through how you can excel and how you can grow as a filmmaker, as an artist, as a director, as a filmmaker. But what we also are doing is we are creating a global platform because we don't want our films to stop from here. We are bringing in platforms that will enable your content to move from just your shelf, but to the various platforms. We'll be running a very exciting competition, and this competition will be through the course of the summit, taking your content and we'll be giving awards for some of the best content in South Africa. Do you understand the film industry better now? Interested in the film industry? Let's see hands. Okay, at least there's are more hands than we started. So is anybody coming to the film summit? It's gonna be in Sentin, 9 to the 10th of May. Those who are interested, we will be working through the municipalities, the various wards, to make sure that you get yourself there for 2 days. You get knowledge, you get to partner. Because one of the things in filmmaking, it's important to be able to partner with the right people. So it is a great place to find other similar people as yourself who can collaborate. And I was always speaking to the youth that we gave the equipment to say, you need to find other partners. So if you are sitting with an equipment, you've got cameras and all of that, you need a good partner for editing. Because collaboration is the only way we will succeed going forward. If we are to have more investment in the film sector, we need to start collaborating. So we'll be arranging transport for you. We will be making sure that you are catered for the 2 days in Sentin on the 9th to the 10th. We will be workshopping you. We will be giving you knowledge about the film industry. We will be taking you into various interest areas, but what I like more than anything else is you will be led, and the master classes are led by the kings of industries here in South Africa, here in Gauteng, who have made it, because they need to teach you how to make it. So with that, thank you so much. I hope you learned a lot about the film industry, and I hope you've got questions for me.
Are there any questions? Do we have any questions? Interest in film? Okay, there is a question right here. Introduce yourself, ne? So that we know who you are as well.
Dumelang. Nna ka lebitso ke Ntaoleng. My question to you, and when you are interested into the film industry, do we also need to start somewhere? Maybe let's say like we need to have any qualifications in terms of learning some of the things that we need to do, or maybe if there's a startup where we can start, maybe let's say even if you don't have those qualifications, however, you can be catered for to start and learn more things.
Oh, okay. So there are universities, there are colleges that provide qualification in film. You've got your AFDA, we've got your National School of Arts, among others. But there are also small learnership hubs and various workshops. So what we do, if you're not on our social media, please go to Instagram and go Gauteng Film Commission. So what we always do from time to time, when there are these workshops taking place, for you to start entering into the industry, we are able to plug you in from some of the funders that we fund that are running workshops, or even some of the opportunities that exist. So there is an opportunity to go in, see if this is your interest, see if this is what you want. Literally, I think 2 weeks ago, I was part of a graduation, and this young girl says, you know, I've been part of this program for 6 months. I did not know that I had a talent of directing, because they shot a movie in 2 days. And after judging panel by experienced people, she now has an experience and an opportunity to get into the market. And she now has an opportunity, I think among others, SABC said, we will be bringing you on board. So it's important to try various things, because you do not know where your opportunity is going to be.
That is a very valid point. Try as many things as possible, because you don't know where your talents might lie.
Tumela, my sister, na ntse ke le tabeng ya youth ne. ntse ke le tabeng eo ya batjha ba rona. So ne ke batla ho tseba hore like re ka le thola kae, 'cause talking about going to the school, we're gonna need a social page, more posting like mesebetsi ya rona, everything that we do, re tlo hloka bo di-camera. So ne ke batla ho tseba hore re ka le thola kae, because maybe one of bashimane ka mona ba rata bo di-camera, so ha bana bo startup. Rona as organization ya rona, maybe team ya rona re tlo starta, we can start ka rona, re recruit, and then ha re tsebe hore re ka le thola kae, like bontho tse jwalo.
All right, we are based on 35 Resix Street, we downtown Johannesburg. And we've got a website, Gauteng Film Commission, www.gautenfilm.org.za. So you are able to therefore go onto the website, see the various opportunities. So from time to time, we open funding calls for script writing, where we fund script writing, for Zona enterprise development, where we fund all of the equipment, like the drone, for example. I can realize about these days, drones are now big businesses, and you can no longer fly a drone if it's not licensed. So we provide opportunities. We link you, even in schools, that are able to provide licensing and teach you how to fly the drone in a way that the industry will be able to, according to industry standards, let me put it that way.
Oh, and that's a great opportunity. I think becoming a drone pilot is becoming so huge, and also a great opportunity, I think, for employment as well. So I think definitely take heed to what she's saying in terms of, you know, the opportunities that are there on the website. Just take responsibility and initiative. Another question somewhere? We do. Fabulous.
Dumelang. Lebitso la ka ke Smakale Meketsi. I work for the Municipality Arts and Culture Department. I'd like to thank Empower Youth for bringing GFC to our space. We work with them by phones. Mine is on location scouting, and I know that your office has been in communication with ours. Just recently, Nerishuta a film that's going to be showing on Netflix. So location scouting, Banabeso, it's something very big. I get a lot of us, we want to be in front of the camera, behind the camera. There are so many opportunities in the film industry. How about batla batlo shoot a movie ka si fela? There are people who need to do research for filming the storyline is something or sebe relevant. So I just want to understand, what can we do to assist and empower these young people with regard to that? Because we as municipalities, some of these locations we own, but we cannot run them ourselves. But we want to empower young people who are trained by you, and then they come to us and we give them access to these locations. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And you see, as I'm sitting here, you see that here's a partnership, collaboration between myself and ourselves to help you. And I think Tatema sees that this becomes a great opportunity for us to collaborate with the municipality, to be able to say next year when we come back here, at least we should have trained some of the location scouts who literally go and identify locations that are needed. For GFC, we have what we call a tech hub. So tech hub, what it does for us is all the services that are required from film, all the locations, you go, you put it under there, so that when a filmmaker sees, oh, this is the location that you have put out there, they can then start being in contact with you, and this is part of the bigger economy. You see, the value chain of film is big. It's just more than behind the camera. Madam, collaborator, thank you so much.
And thank you so much for also just highlighting the other opportunities, because I think when we do think film, we just think only the acting, the people that are in the film. But we're forgetting about all these other things that happen behind the scenes, which I think is where the job opportunities lie. Do we have a question? We have a gentleman there at the back who's got a question.
Dumelang bana beso telle kae? Dumelang batjha la phela bana beso. Ke rata le wa fela Empower Youth Week ne. I'm in the tourism industry, and I was approached by a Rastafarian ne. O partnerile le Thandisa Mazwai. Ba to shoot a music video. So because I'm in the tourism industry, ba itse thabo, re etsetse a nice package mo re tlo tsamayang around the Vaal, re tlisa di tourism and heritage sites, ha ntse re bina be re hlahisa Sharpeville le Boipatong. So ntho e ausi e buang ke nnete. It was an event okay, it was done by government. Bana ba re bontsha in terms of applying for funding. And they showed us all the different, why funding about approved, why funding failure in terms of tax clearance and compliance. You talk about funding, but there's another issue. When you draft a proposal for funding, there's compliance as well. So Chukopafela, at least next time as Empower Youth work, come and make another event. More little Rutambacha, how to make a formal proposal directly going to government and the compliance, so that when they make those proposals, that's all I can say. Or else,
Yeah, I think more than a question, that's definitely a comment to say young people have these ideas, but they also need platforms to learn how to come up with these proposals and business plans. I think they're definitely going to do it for you. Don't worry. Next year, we've got you. Thank you so much, Tubi. Thank you so much.
so much. Thank you.
For that session. Before we get to the next speaker, man, I feel like I'm tightening and I'm just horasanyana, ne? So, give a to site ya tika mone, liri empower. And then a kamone, give a liri youth. Heki, get like a monitoring. Come on. So, every time I point to you, you must scream loud. And I want to see which side has that vuvu before we bring up our next speaker. Okay. When I point in J, you just shout, okay? This side. No, we gotta do this side. One more. There we go. Okay, we're getting there. But it's okay. Introduce our next stage, which is communications, advertising, and marketing stage. So if that's where your interests lie, it's going to be a good one. We're going to be chatting to Leslie Mufokeng. We're bringing up on stage, and he's going to be talking about the role of journalism in society and the different roles in the newsroom. So have your questions ready. He's going to be taking them up, looking absolutely astonishing. Please make your way to the stage, Leslie. A huge round of applause, please.
Dumelang batho beso. Ntse le phela hantle. Ke a leboha ka lebitso ke Leslie Lehlohonolo Mofokeng. Ke journalist ya dilemo tse ngata ke sebeditse dikuranteng tse tshwanang le bo tshwarelo ho itse must speak English tshwarelo English. I was a journalist, or I've been a journalist for at least 21 years. I worked for Sunday Times, for City Press, for Sowetan. And currently, I am a lecturer at Wits University, where I teach the history of journalism and journalism. Blocking the screen. Oh, can you see this side? Okay, no worries. Bommel bontate. No. Thank you. Hey, technology, yes. So the topic for this morning is the role of journalism. But I think we need to start with the history of journalism to understand what we're talking about. I'm going to bring up some pictures on the screen, and I'm going to ask you to tell me if you recognize any of the faces, and you tell me, hore ke bo mang. The one who gets them all will get a prize. There will be a prize if you get them all. That is the first man. Do we know who he is? Sorry?
Mr. Dube, if I don't know.
Mr. Dube.
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 I only know the name.
Okay, wrong answer. Let's go to the next one. Next one. Do we know the gentleman? There's a hand over there. There's a hand there. Solplaki, well done, correct. And then this one. When are you a journalist or what? Longalibale Dube, that's Mr. Dube. Next one. Are you participating? Yeah, you can participate.